Hello, how's it going? We're using Charizard today, not my team. We've got Edward's Taiwan team. I grabbed this just from VGC Paste, you guys can Google it. They've just got a whole repository of just like different teams, and I was scrolling through it because I hadn't finished building the team which I wanted to build just yet, and I saw Charizard was in there, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Haven't seen him in VGC for a fair bit. So looking at the Charizard we've got a Solar Power Charizard, the Choice Scarf, max speed, max special attack, just here to just take out some people, right? Moving down, we've got our Sunsetter, we've got Caridon. Caridon is going to be setting up our Summer Callian Pulse. Again, quite a fast, strong set for Caridon, rocking a Chols, wow, that's a new one, a Choice Band as well. Those Flare Blitzers, those close combats, they're going to be hitting hard, they're going to be hitting hard as. Rillaboom, not my usual Rillaboom set. I like to use more of a bulky Rillaboom than Assault Vest, but this one's not too bad. Grassy Surge, Miracle Seed, a little bit physically bulky, but mainly maxing that attack stat. I assume for some of those stronger Wood Hammers. We've got Lunala. I hope those EVs are coming through well enough there. Right, Lunala's coming in with Shadow Shield, can be our main Trick Room setter, and a really nice support Wide Guard there too. Really useful mon to have on your team because it's so bulky with that Shadow Shield, that first hit, and it can't be faked out either. Moving on to Amoonguss. Amoonguss is a classic, we know what Amoonguss does. It's slow, it's bulky, it has a generator, spores, it's just classic Amoonguss, right? Nothing too fancy happening there. And last we've got Fluttermane, Terra Normal Fluttermane with a Sash, which is good. Rocking that max special attack, max speed as well. Doesn't care about defenses, because it's going to get in there, it's going to take at least a Pokemon out with those really strong Shadow Balls and Moonblasts. So, with all that kind of intro stuff out of the way, we can just kind of jump straight into the vid. Alright, Sun, Zacian, Steel Toe, Terra. Well, we're gonna go with Charizard, and we're gonna go... Because Precipice Phase gets weaker, I believe, with grassy terrain, we're going to bring Rillaboom in. Actually, before we do that, let's make sure I'm not spreading misinformation for a second. Does grassy terrain reduce Precipice Blades? Come on, Google Clumb and Clutch. It does. So it does it by 50% if they're standing on the ground. Which Charizard is not. But we're going to keep them in the back. We're going to get... They've got some pretty heavy hitters there. We're going to get Choice Band, we're going to go Boom Boom. It's a Weather Ball play. If Tornado goes for a Rain Dance, to give it our Sun. The Weather Ball play is pretty strong. Although, I don't think they would, given that they have a Sun team themselves. We'll get Miracle Seed in the back. And looking at who's left, potentially Fluttermane can go well here. We'll go with Fluttermane, we'll get some speed control in. See if we can reduce the speed of that Zacian. Alright. Fingers crossed. Look, all we're trying to do this battle is get Charizard, quick Blast Blur, and take out a Zacian. So notice the Smeagol come out first. I mean... Smeagol just goes like a Spore here, right? I feel like we're safe to go U-turn on the Caridon. Gets him out of here. Into the Smeagol. And then either go for a guaranteed hit with Heat Wave or with the Weather Ball. Or we can go Heat Wave to try to hit both. I feel like we're just going to risk the 5% chance. If we miss the Smeagol, we miss the Smeagol. The Tailwind here won't be the nicest, but it's fine. We're still going to outspeed a Smeagol. Right, we outspeed Smeagol. Surely. No, and they spore my Charizard. That's definitely the biggest threat on the field right now. No, I just want to click Blast Burn. I just want to take out your Zacian. We can U-turn. Brings it down to Sash. That's fine. Send it back, and we'll bring in our Rillaboom to make it so it can't go for another Spore. I mean, nah, I'm actually just going to go for Fluttermane, because Rillaboom gets the terrain up now. Doesn't help me at all. Smeagol likely goes for Spiky Shield here anyway. So it's nice to have just some sort of protection against that. It either goes Spiky Shield or it goes for a Wide Guard. I'm happy to risk the Wide Guard because I'm just going to go for Spiky. I'm going to go for Icy Wind. I'm going to go for a Heat Wave into the Smeagol slot just in case it does go for some sort of Wide Guard. Which, look, it might, or it might go for a Spiky Shield. I think it just would have depended on if I blew in Rillaboom or not. And the fake out against Tornadus wouldn't have been useful because he's likely running Covert Cloak anyway. Tornadus comes back. That's not bad. Brings in Zacian. Dropping that speed would be very nice, and they got all Zacian there. Attack does rise. Does go no ice, no Wide Guard. Icy Wind does come in, gets rid of the Smeagol, and the Zacian's attack speed is lower. That's huge. Even better, Charizard wakes up here. Come on, Charizard. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It does wake up. Oh, Weather Ball. Come on. Come on. And Zacian goes down. Charizard, it wasn't a Blast Burn, but we'll take it. We will take that. Oh, that's amazing. Nice. Good job, you two. Thank you, Flutterman. Thank you, Charizard. Appreciate it. Groudon comes in. I'm clicking Blast Burn. I'm clicking Blast Burn. It's the last thing I do. Alright. We're getting Charizard out of here, first and foremost. We're going to go for another Icy Wind. It does lower the speed. And at this point, that's what I'm mostly concerned about. We've got our clip from the video. That's all I really care. That's all I care about. If I manage to throw this, it's okay. I don't mind. We had our Charizard Killization. That's crazy. That's crazy, crazy. Okay. Charizard comes back. Rillaboom comes in, and Rillaboom here is just to get grassy terrain going. That's literally it. So by having grassy terrain, Crossbow Blades, as we just said, does 50% less damage, which is great for my poor flying type and fire type. Icy Wind connects. We'll see if the Groudon is Clear Amulet, potentially. Okay, Clear Amulet and Covert Cloak, neither of them have the speed lowered. And Heat Crash comes out. Bleak Wind connects on both. But, you know, that works. That works for me. Let's see. So I see a Fake Out on the Groudon. They haven't terrored yet. And I see an opportunity for Charizard to come in. And I see a Blast Burn. I see a huge opportunity for a Blast Burn. We surely outspeed. Blast Burn. We're going Blast Burn into Tornadus, and we're going to Fake Out the Groudon. We'll just see if the Groudon tears. Potentially. But I just want to see what happens when I click Blast Burn. I don't think I go down to a Bleak Wind. I really hope I don't go down to a Blink Wind. Let's find out. Alright, Fake Out connects. Groudon gets flinched. Bleak Wind goes. And Charizard avoids! Thank you, Charizard! Not ideal, because now we're locked into Blast Burn. But the Groudon is flinched. He can't move. Blast Burn comes in. And Tornadus goes down. Go, Charizard! Amazing. Amazing. Alright, we're not out of the woods yet. Their Tailwind is gone. That's crazy. Okay. We get Groudon coming in. Now from here they still haven't used their Terra. Charizard can't move. The question is, what do I want to lock myself into? I'm happy being a fighting and dragon type here. I think Dragon Claw is the most neutral option we have. I very much doubt they go for a Terra Fairy. So I'm going to go for Dragon Claw, just to lock in that. Charizard has to recharge, but we are the fastest in the field. Dragon Claw does connect, and it does solid damage. He goes for a bulk up. I'm so sorry, my Groudon friend. I'm so sorry. Harsh Sunlight fades. Groudon has a HP restore. We're going for a Terrifier Blast Burn into Groudon. Dragon Claw, please, yes.
Alright, the Terra comes out. Terra Fire onto the Charizard. Looking majestic with its Fire Crown going. Look at that. Alright. And this Blast Burn is about to go crazy. Eruption from the forehead. Blast Burn. Takes out Groudon. 3 KOs. That's what we like to see. Charizard gets his chance to pop off. Look, I don't know where I edited this into the video, but this was the last battle I was doing, and I'm so glad that Charizard was able to take out a Zacian and a Groudon and use Blast Burn. Oh, that's so good. Alright, Dash, what have you got for me?
We've got an interesting setup. We got us on the Sun team. We got Terrapagos, Skeledirge, long time no see. Looking at this, I want my Sun in the back in case I have Terrapagos. I know Koraidon's really nice in Terrapagos. Lunala's nice in the lead. There's Ghost type, Wide Guard in case I go Terrapagos first. I'm seeing Incineroar here, so what I might go for. Am I bulky enough? Terra Water, is that good enough to survive against the Skeledirge? I think I can probably eat one. I'll go Lunala and I'll go Amoonguss as a lead. And then I'll have my Sun in the back. Amoonguss here is just for a bit of redirection and a bit of a Spore action. Fluttermane is probably good into this matchup, but they have their own Fluttermane and a Skeledirge. It's just, yeah, a bit too many Ghost types, and I think I have enough Terrapagos answers with Koraidon and Lunala. Alright, Dash. Let's go. Let's see what he's got. Starting off with, Dash throws out Fluttermane and Koraidon, gets the Sun going, and comes out my Amoonguss and my Lunala. So, all in all, not the nicest. Not the nicest. I think Amoonguss needs to be a bit of a sacrifice here. I think we go for a Rage Powder on Amoonguss, protect Lunala from Shadow Ball. We can then try to get rid of their Koraidon with a Meteor Beam? No, Moongeist Beam? Neutral. If they get Terra Fire, it's still neutral. Looking at their squad, they don't have a direct Trick Room answer. And I don't really want Trick Room up here. So I'm going to go for just a straight up Moongeist into Koraidon, and I'll go for a Rage Powder as well. Just to copy Shadow Ball, potentially a Flare Blitz. It's a Flare Blitz, no, at least we'll take a fair bit of recoil. Shadow Ball comes out, nice, and Amoonguss eats that quite well. We'll just switch him out after this. Moongeist Beam comes out, connects. Koraidon will probably take about half or so here. Yep. And then Flare Blitz going into my Amoonguss. Amoonguss goes down, but at a worthy cost, because now his Koraidon is really low. Which I think it's an even trade. I mean, better trade would be if Koraidon was out, but you know, we do what we can. I'll go Charizard in here because the Sun's already up, so we may as well use Charizard, the Kalos champion, right? The poster child of Pokemon, right after Pikachu. And the question is, do I go for a Terra Fairy so I can survive a Shadow Ball? I think I do. I'll survive a Shadow Ball anyway, because if I have Shadow Shield, so I'm not going to burn my Terra yet. Just means I'll take less damage. Oh, you know what? I'd take less damage from it. I'll go for a Moongeist, and I'll go for a Heat Wave as well. It won't finish off Koraidon, but it would finish off Fluttermane. And that's my main concern, is Fluttermane being able to sweep my Dragon type in the back. So we get the Terra Fairy going, and that Shadow Ball should hopefully bounce off us like a wet paper bag. Fingers crossed. Shadow Ball comes in. This is through Shadow Shield and Terra Fairy. It should do, yeah, barely anything. Heat Wave comes out. Don't miss Fluttermane. Okay, Koraidon missing it isn't the nicest, but Fluttermane going down here is still nice. Koraidon goes for a Flare Blitz. It will still go down, the recoil.
I don't know what else carries here. Wild. Well, that sucks. It still goes down to recoil, which is okay. Right? It goes down to the recoil, right? Yes. Okay. A Flare Blitz. If Heat Wave connected, it's a pretty strong Heat Wave. It may have been okay, but overall, that miss does kind of suck. It does kind of suck just a little bit. Rapagos comes in. Incineroar comes in. They're gonna Terra, and their Terra Starstorm is gonna hurt, especially because they're gonna get rid of my weather, which is a bit not nice. A bit not nice, I can say that much. They're gonna resist type matchups. Incineroar comes out. Intimidate hurts. I mean, the fake outs. I'm just gonna have to hope that they fake out here. They go for a Calm Mind, and they don't just go for an immediate Terror. I think that's my win con. Yeah, I think that's my best move. They go for a Fake Out, Meteor Beam. It's whatever I do is resisted anyway, so I distort the fight matchups. I'm locked in, so I may as well go for close combat. They do go for the Terra Stella. Okay, never mind. No victory here. Terra Stella comes out. Wide Guard would have been good. Maybe they did it just to get rid of the sun and they do get greedy and go for a Calm Mind. Maybe. Fake Out comes out. Get the Fairy type. Close Combat comes out. Oh, and it's so close to bring it down. Ah. That's alright. I flinch. Terra Starstorm. Terra Starstorm. Maybe I live? It doesn't have any boosts. I have lost my defense on... Oh, I do live. Okay. Lost some HP. Life Orb chip? This is crazy. This is good. This is good. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Life Orb. From now, I think we're just in a winning position. They can't take out both Lunala and Charizard. So I can just go for a Meteor Beam, and I can go for a Close Combat, which I'm Choice Banded into. I don't think Charizard can actually do anything here. Right? If I miss the Meteor Beam, it outspeeds with a knockoff, maybe. But it just goes down to a Close Combat. Whew. Alright. So Charizard came in, did one thing, and it was good at that thing. You know what? Technically speaking, it took out like Pokemon and a half. Got rid of the Charizard, who chipped. Wild Charge, you know? And if that wasn't Charizard, if that wasn't Charizard's fire typing, fire and flying typing, wouldn't have happened.
Alright, we're in against an interesting team. Calyrex Shadow Rider, that sucks. Torterra, Dondozo, Whimsicott. Ugh, not the nicest. Not the nicest at all. I'm seeing... Weather's not too bad. You can lower Dondozo's wave crashes, but that does activate their photosynthesis boost. Given that we have Calyrex, I want Wide Guard. We've got Wide Guard on our Lunala. Wide Guard's okay. Let's not give them any healing. We're not going to go with Rillaboom. Let's get our own Clodomane in, and let's get... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's get our Restricteds first, and then Clodomane, and then Charizard in the back as well. We'll get the Sun up. Here's what I'm thinking, right? We'll get the Sun up. We'll have a Wide Guard there in case. And then I can U-turn out, because Choice Banded U-turns are pretty powerful, coming off of Koraidon's insane attack stat in the Sun. They start off, yep, with their usual, which isn't the nicest. A taunt from the Whimsicott would suck. It'd suck immensely. But they're probably going to go for Tailwind first. A chance, Protect and a Tailwind. Potential. So I reckon... Alright, I'm going to go super offensive. Watch this. I reckon it's a Tailwind. Oh, there's no real point for them not to worry. Probably Tailwind Astral Barrage here. So if I think I go Wide Guard, and I just go for a super strong Flare Blitz into
See, they're gonna have a sash anyway. I'll just U-turn in. I'll U-turn. I'll get the wide guard. So they go for Tailwind and an Astral Barrage. Fingers crossed. Tailwind, at least that was correct. And please don't be Psychic. Please just be a nice Astral Barrage. Nice. Okay. Cool. I'm glad I didn't try doing anything fancy. That would have sucked. We're protected from the Astral Barrage. U-turn will connect. And then I should be able to get... Let's see. I can get either Charizard in. Now is Charizard gonna be fast enough? They've got Tailwind. 152 times by another 50%. Not the best, not the best. I don't think we're about to outspeed with Charizard. Photosynthesis. I think Flutter Mane's a better bet here. We'll swap in Flutter Mane. Now they know that I have Wide Guard, which then pressures them to not go for another Astral Barrage. So I reckon they're going to protect, and then they're going to taunt my Lunala so I can't use Wide Guard again. So with that in mind, I'll go for a Meteor Beam into that slot just to get the special attack boost up. And in case I outspeed... No, I shouldn't. I will Moongeist. I'll Meteor Beam this slot, and I'll Shadow Ball that slot, because if they don't protect, then they go down here anyway. Right? At least I think that's fair enough logic. Okay, they withdraw. That's fair. We've got the two ghost types. They bring out the Shen Pao. Okay, that's not bad. Moongeist Beam. No, the other one. Cotton Spore. Forget what that does. Harshly lowers speed. Right. Intriguing, intriguing. So they're worried about me outspeeding, which makes sense. We go for the Meteor Beam. Oh, if only I had the Chen Pao. That would have been amazing. But I've gone for the other one. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. I go for a It missed? It missed. You can miss? 90%? 2-turn move, you can miss? I'm going for a Trick Room. And I'm going for... do I Terra normal? No, I'm going to Trick Room. And I'm going to Protect. So I reckon they're going to go for a Sucker Punch. They Terra themselves. With a Shen Pao into Terra Dark. Yeah. Now it could... I think it's likely a Sucker Punch here, and if that's the case, we're chilling. I use my Protect. If it's a Crunch, it's probably going to be in trouble, but I do have Shadow Shield up. They go for Sucker Punch, and it fails. We don't know who they were trying to Sucker Punch, unfortunately. They go for another Cotton Guard, which is... Ooh. No, that's Cotton Guard, their own defense, and we get the Trick Room up, which is amazing. So now we're in a really nice spot here. Moongeist Beam, and they still want to go for that very strong Sucker Punch, which I don't think I'll live. I've got a Sash. I'm chilling. We won't Terra. We're going to go for a Moon Blast into that slot to take out the Chen Pao. Cotton Guard goes. I'm two special attackers. I don't care too much about that. Sucker Punch does come out. Probably onto Flutter Mane. Yep. But as we said, we've got the Sash, so we don't mind too much. Sash activates there. Very nice. Moongeist Beam comes out first. And it connects onto that Whimsicott. Brings it down to its Sash. All those defense buffs not doing too much. Against a massive mean Moonbeam. Moonblast connects as well, takes out Chen Pao. So that's their Terra. Oh, and we got a disconnect. Okay. Well, fair enough. That's awkward. That is what it is. I really hope that was them disconnecting, not us disconnecting. That would suck.